Yeah, welcome to all once again. So today we will going to start statistical analysis using R programming unit 3. So from the outline of this chapter, today we see simulation of basic R programming and mathematical functions and its extensions of calculating the probability functions and sum of cumulative value, product, mean, maximum, meridian values and calculus functions and some statistical functions with the example we will see one by one today. So first we will go to start the mathematical and simulation program for R programming. So first we will take the simple mathematical function like see here we will going to see as a function like exponent value. So we will going to take any power value like e power. So the power value we will going to give as a exponent. So e power like 2. This 2 will going to consider as a power symbol. So like we will going to take f of x like the power inside the exponent value like e. So this terms we will going to be used in the mathematical process. We going to be used directly as a function. Okay, like a logarithmic function, log, base 10 function, square root, absolute value finding, some logical functions like a algebra function, sine, cos, tan, cosecant. So most of the mathematical function, everything will going to be applied directly from here in the R simulation. See, like a trigonometry function, like we will going to be finding the maximum and minimum of the vectors. So we will going to take as an intimation of indexing with maximum element and minimum element. Suppose if we going to take the sorting program, we will go to arranging the order. But in this arranging order, we will going to find the which is maximum and which is minimum. Then the product maximum and product minimum. So element via we have to check one by one with the several vectors based. So we will use sum of the operation or product, cumulative sum and cumulative product, round off, floor, ceiling function, everything we will go to use directly apply in the functionality. Okay, some the calculation via we will use for probability to find. Probability means we are going to do the maximum number of iteration we will complete. For example, we will be going to take a spin the coin. If the coin is single, we will get the probability via 2. One is possible of head, one is possible of tail. Suppose we will going to be do two coins, they can use for head head, tail tail, head tail, tail head. So the 4 probability will come. So based on the probability, we will going to be considered as n number of iteration. See here we will going to be take the one of the example to find the probability function we use for such the value is independent or dependent. So based on the number here, first there is use n equal to 3. So the n value a, b, c. The 3 digit we will say as n value is 3. So here the event of occurrence, number of event occurrence, the partial value for probability A not B not C is the first condition. P of not A, it is B, it is a second condition. Okay, here it is a C. So we have applying 3 conditions. So based on these 3 conditions, we have to write like this. We will complete the calculation of probabilities. See here, suppose the probability will have a n series. We will take 3 is some example we will consider. But this slide we will use n is our series number and we will go to start the iteration from 1. So the value of pi will start from here up to reach this range. So we will going to calculate using this probability. We will use the function with the help of for loop condition. So we will going to be convert as a pi constant in the vector. We will complete this structure. Okay. See for the next slide. Here the calculate the cumulative sum and cumulative product. So cumulative sum we will write shortly as cum sum and cum prod. So this function will going to calculate the cumulative sum of that product and cumulative product result. See, first we will load the value into x. So the concatenation operation will load to value 12, 5, 13. Now we will calculate the sum of this Vx. So inside this, what the value is there? 12, 5, 13, it is inside. So after getting this x, it will go to calculate the sum. So sum of this first number 12 after 12. After we will going to be add the second digit. So 12 plus 5, we will got the 17. Then 17 we will complete, we will got the third digit. 17 plus 13, we will got 30. So the sum of these three value will going to do one by one of like the sum operation. So cumulative product. So work will be same, but they will going to be output is different. But the product will be getting the different order to display the output. Okay. See, now next we have to see the finding of maximum and minimum number. So maximum means suppose we have a n digit. So 5 or 10 we will identify, it is very easy. But we have taken the large size of array. Inside the array we will going to be compare each and every rows, and then finally we will give the result. So from that minimum or p minimum. So we will going to be considered to find like the same like maximum or p maximum. So first in this array there is array 2 cross 3 array. So 2 cross 3 array, we will going to load the value. In the loaded value is stored in z. So in this z 1 cross 2, 1 2 3, this is for row name, it is for that column name. See, this is for column name, it is for row name. Okay, so this is column name. So this column is 1 2, 2 column is there. So this is have a 3 rows is there. So now based on this we will going to be find the minimum where it is there. The minimum is 1 in 1. So we will take the 1 comma 2. In this row we will going to be find that minimum values. So p minimum is we will going to be find that entire minimum value in which row. So we will going to be print the 1 2 3 three values for finding the minimum. Okay, so like they will give the brief description. The values are 1 5 6 2 3 2. These are the values are loaded in this array. So but they will call the p minimum, compute the smallest one 1 and 2 yield the 1, and second smallest value 5 and 3. So first these two value you have to take, again second these two value you have to take, second these two values you have to take. So we will going to be compare the value, we will got 3. Then finally minimum of the sum 6, we will going to get the value. So our result will be put in the p minimum as 1 comma 2 is the value. See, the next one is for minimum and estimation and gradients and score. So this code will be going to take the entire formula to print. So this is our output. Minimum is 1 comma 5 comma 6. This is a simple combination of that letter. So it's going to be lead the value 2. So second one is for maximum of that value. Maximum p maximum function is going to be like same as a p minimum and minimum function. And also there is a numerical minimization and optimize function. See, here we are going to be apply the function of x in the value. We will get minimization function, estimate function, gradient value, code, number of iterations. Everything we will find it here. Okay. From this slide, next we will go to see calculus function. So calculus function, it has started to calculate the equations. Suppose power, exponent, iteration, we have to use limitation function. So everything will going to be easy to apply here. So here this function is for calculation capabilities and is going to used as a symbolic differences and numerical integrations. Everything will going to be do it here. So this is our first expression for like this formula. Second integration is for this formula. So both will the expression will going to do. So like a dy by dx, d is the value to show for description. So e power x power 2. So exponent value of that power. So exponent, this is going to take the first value x power 2. So this is the x power 2. Those x power 2 will going to be take as an expression. This expression. So we will got the result as this 2e exponent e power c. So we will got the value here as the our left hand side into RHS. Okay. See, the next one is for statistical distribution with functions. So the statistical distribution function, it going to find the density, or it going to be find the cumulative distribution function, or unlike a quantity function and random numerical generations. So with these terms are we will going to be find our statistic distribution values. So first we have to take the any distribution, we will find d value, p value, q value, r value. So d is density, r we can say mass function, p is cumulative, r we can say the distribution for cumulative, q is quantity, then R is random number generation. So first we know the distributions. What are the distributions are there? Here the basic formula like a normal distribution, chi-square distribution and binomial distribution. These are the different distributions are there. In this distribution we will going to be find normal p normal value, or a cumulative function, or like a quantity, or random distribution. So everything we will going to be find it here. Okay, so we will go on to see the example for next slide. See, now we will go to take as a the distribution for an example. For first we will go to take as a chi-square distribution. So chi-square distribution, from the square distribution first we will calculate the simulation of value or 1000. So first we have to take the simulated values 1000 with 2 degrees of freedom. So DOF value is for 2. So we will calculate mean. So mean of r chi-square into that simulation value in that degrees of freedom 2. So once we will apply the value directly, we will got the simulation within the single step, we will got the result. From the mathematical we will going to use many steps to do, but the predefined value, this predefined function will give the single step of result. Okay. So next we will going to be see the other example for a statistical distribution. So here we will use for chi-square function with quality types and this command how it will work. So now we will see as another example of 95% of chi-square distribution, and the same time the degrees of freedom is 2 value. So from this 2 we will going to be find 95%. So we will use q chi-square 0.95, it is percentage they are calculating, so we will take the value 0.95 as the degrees of freedom 2, then we will get the output is for these cases. So we will got the result. So we will going to be use the result in the one way. Suppose we will going to be take the differences, we will take as another example for 50% to 95%, we are going to be find the intermediate range. So like that in this case 50% to 95% with a chi-square distribution is 2. So that time they can calculate the 0.5 is like a 50%, we will write 0.5. Okay, 0.95 it is for 95%. As a degrees of freedom we will get. So now we will get the two value. One is for 50% value, another one is for 95% of value. So both will going to be get it here. Okay, so these all are going to take the textbook from art of R programming, and some of the references are mentioned here. You have to find and use it here, and thank you all.